topic will be about the Bailout Bill. As many of you know, the government has just recently passed the Bailout Bill to potentially bail us out of another depression by spending $700 billion into what is known as mortgage-based assets. And these are just like securities or obligations to either a private or a corporation that is related to a mortgage. And as the controversy aroused over whether or not it's going to work or be successful, most advocates fail to even to show that they're more certain than a simple "it might work" and "if" and all of that. And yeah, that is only half of people's worries. The other concerns are the actual effects of the bill, the effects that the bill is going to have on our economy, even if it reaches these goals. My claim is that overall, the Bailout Bill will have a significant and negative effect on our economy. And the reasons to that is the bill is it's too focused on the short-term solutions while neglecting long-term effects. And also, it's really focused on the stock market, and it's basically going off of a trickle-down theory of spending all the money into the stock market, and hopefully that it will do well and, in a sense, spread all that to everyone else. The bill is proposed to take quick actions to saving the stock market from a crash. And it was passed with a sunset law of 2 years, meaning that once the 2 years is up, the bill will be terminated. So they had already planned on it being a short-term bill. And by being heavily focused on quick solutions and short-term turnouts, the bill has neglected what can happen in the near future. And according to most newspapers, a lot of economists agree that the bill will only decrease the intensity of a recession, not actually get us out of one. So after all of this, if we're still left in a recession, we're still left with what we have to do to get out of it. And Brian Bethune, chief U.S. economist of Global Insight, was quoted in the New York Times saying that the bill is only building a temporary bridge from now until the point where the economy will be in recovery of a recession still. And if the bill, in fact, even doesn't work, then that bridge will just collapse and we're stuck in the same place we were. And basically the bill is only adding just a cushion for our economy during the recession. It's not actually going to get us out. And so basically what happens after the bill dies is Congress just going to try and pass another one to take care of the issues that were unresolved from the previous one, or the consequences left from the Bailout Bill. Like the consequences such as adding almost 10% to the national debt, which already stands at $10 trillion. Another reason why the Bailout Bill will have a negative effect is because of its major focus on Wall Street. One of the more important problems of today's economy is the housing market and how many Americans are facing foreclosures. And if the bill, in fact, does help out the stock market, there's still the dilemma of foreclosures left that many Americans would have to deal with, and the number keeps increasing as the year goes on. And Michael Swig, an economics professor at State University of New York, he predicts that there will be more than 1 million homeowners who will, in the coming years, will have to face foreclosure, and whether or not the Bailout Bill works. So, and even all these are based on if the Bailout Bill works and it does achieve its goals of what it was passed to do. So if it doesn't, then everything is just on every negative effect is just going to be on a more a higher scale. And so in conclusion, whether or not it does work, all the negative effects are going to be present, and sooner or later we're going to have to deal with them after the bill dies. And